Hey guys, how you doing today? It's Barb with Bows on Edge, and I am going over a story that happened back in October of 2024 about a man who disappeared with his children. So let's get right on it. The man wore camouflage gear, a long beard protruding below a mask. His features were hidden, but when New Zealand police saw the video showing three figures walking behind him, one name came instantly to mind. Fugitive Thomas Callam Phillips has been evading police for 3 years since disappearing with his children, Ember, Maverick, and Jada, now 8, 9, and 11 years old, into the rugged wilderness of the country's North Island during a bitter family split in December of 2021. At first, Thomas was wanted for failing to appear in court on charges of wasting police resources, but 3 years on, his charge sheet has grown longer and more serious, with allegations that he robbed a bank in May of 2023 with an unnamed female accomplice. Police have scrambled search teams, helicopters, and planes to investigate sporadic sightings, but have failed to find them. Last week's sighting is believed to be the first of all three children since 2021. It was made by a teenager who didn't want to be named or interviewed for this story, but his grandfather said the boy had been hunting with a friend on the family's 8,500-acre property in Maricopa when they spotted four figures carrying backpacks who they assumed were poachers. The guy had a big long beard, and the kids were all masked up, and they were carrying packs, and they weren't very keen to talk to them at all. Instead, his grandson filmed them on his phone, providing the first proof of life of the missing Phillips children that their mother Kat has since oh my gosh, she hadn't seen since they left. The entire country wants to know where they are and why it's taking police so long to find them. This is not a big country we're talking about. It's very surprising that they haven't been found, particularly since the number of sightings are in a very similar area. The mayor of the Otahanga district says authorities believe Thomas is receiving help. We absolutely believe that somebody or some people are helping them. Tom still has a number of supporters out there believing that he is doing the right thing. No. New Zealand's North Island is home to the wild, awe-inspiring landscape that forms some of the backdrop to Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogies. Steep hills with sweeping views drop away into the deep valleys dotted with caves covered by a blanket of dense forest. Maricopa is the type of place where it's easy to get lost and even easier to hide. There's a reason why people live at Maricopa. It's because they love the isolation. They love the fact that they're on the rugged West Coast, that they can go fishing, they can hang out with like-minded people. And Thomas was raised in the area, and his parents would like nothing more than the four of them to return. It's not the first time Thomas has disappeared with Ember, Maverick, and Jada. In September 2021, his car was reported abandoned on a beach, prompting a large police search of land and sea. For 3 weeks, a police helicopter and drones scoured the coastline while rescue teams searched on land. Just as the operation was winding down, with fears the family was lost at sea, they suddenly reappeared. Thomas reportedly told police he and the children had been camping in bushland. He was later charged with wasting police resources and given a date to appear in court. But before that day came, he disappeared again with the three children. Some assumed he had gone bush again and would later emerge, but this time they haven't come home. Ember, Maverick, and Jada were just 5, 7, and 8 when they vanished. For more than 2 years, their mother kept a low profile, releasing written statements through police and appealing for help to find them. But this June, she introduced herself in an emotional video posted to Facebook. Hello, world. My name is Kat, and I'm standing here before you today, begging you for your help to bring my babies home. The eldest child, Jada, has just turned 11. She would be a young woman now, and she needs her mother. Amber is asthmatic. She needs medical care that cannot be provided from the land. I can only imagine how Maverick is coping. At the time the video was released, police had just offered a reward for 80,000 New Zealand dollars or 48,000 USA dollars for information leading to the finding of the children. It flushed out reports of sightings, but no breakthrough. The children's oldest sister, Jubilee Dawson, made a separate appeal in an interview last year, sharing memories of her siblings. Jada is the more outgoing one. She's definitely the most confident of the three. Loves talking to everybody. Maverick is more introverted and more shy, and Ember is the youngest and more sweet and bubbly. Dawson fears the children may now be traumatized and scared, worries that they don't know that their family is looking for them. We love them very much, and we are just waiting for them to come home. Authorities are concerned that Thomas is not just hiding the children, but encouraging them to engage in criminal acts. In May of 2023, two masked people held up a branch of the Ann's Bank, escaping on a motorbike with cash. New Zealand police later named Thomas as the suspect and said he was aided by a female accomplice. Both were said to be armed. A witness told local media the accomplice was small. Thomas is now wanted for aggravated robbery, aggravated wounding, and unlawfully possessing a firearm. Sorry, guys, my tongue gets tied. A former detective said if Thomas carried out the bank robbery, it suggests the fugitive father was desperate for cash. They have to be surviving on something. You do need money. You can only live so much on the land, and particularly with 3 kids. In November 2023, Thomas and an unnamed child are also alleged to have smashed the window of a shop at 2 a.m. before fleeing on a stolen quad bike. Thomas has also been seen on CCTV with his face covered, buying supplies in a hardware store. We know Tom has been sighted at retail locations and disguised with various masks. Police need more resources to search the area and suggested a general call-out might help boost numbers on the ground. Let's get in there and saturate the area, he said. I'm sure if you asked a lot of locals, can you spend 1 or 2 days walking across the hills, a lot of people would do it. Not just locals, however, the mayor suggests venturing into the dense bushland around Maricopa is not a good idea for those unaccustomed to the terrain. For an inexperienced person out there, you could find yourself 2 meters off the track. You may not find the track again. We're talking very, very deep bush and rugged countryside. New Zealand police declined CNN's request for an interview, painting to the dozens of news updates they've released over the years relating to the case. The most recent statement says the credible sightings of Thomas and the kids on October 3, 2024, prompted a 3-day search, but nothing further of significance was located. Police continue to urge those in Maricopa community to remain alert and report any suspicious activity, no matter how minor. The mayor said the search had divided opinion in the community between those who believe Thomas should give the children up and others who defend his rights as a father. Many just want the entire police operation to go away. The mayor said he finds it hard to believe the children have been living rough for 3 years in an area frequently pelted by wind and rain, where winter temps dip below freezing. That's why he believes Thomas and the children must be receiving help. We all know it, but it just gets very uncomfortable when it's raining day after day, and I think there has to be either a shearer's quarters, another house somewhere, a woodshed where they've been holed up for extensive periods of time, and they've been given supplies. The man whose grandson took the recent footage has a similar theory, noting that woodsheds and houses are dotted across the remotely populated area used by workers tending livestock that graze the hills. I think they've got help. I don't know that for sure, but to keep little kids like that isolated from the family and from everybody else, you'd think they need some help, wouldn't you? In her video message, Kat hinted at resistance in the community to the search from people who don't believe her children are fine, that they're being well looked after.